If all these games came out in the same year, which one do you think would win Game of the Year? I'm probably gonna make some people mad here, but the answer is Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and here's why. When I judge a video game, I'm judging it based on the way it makes me feel. I'm judging it based on the controls, the story, the visuals. It's gotta be the whole package in order for me to think that it is a perfect game. So with that in mind, let's just eliminate some of these other games by process of elimination. The Last of Us is undeniably one of the best stories ever told in video games. Considering the game originally came out on the PS3, I would say the graphics are pretty good. But even though it has all this going for it, the controls are often so frustrating that it kind of takes me out of the experience a little bit and leaves me feeling frustrated more than satisfied. Moving on to Bloodborne, I'm gonna be totally honest, I've never played it, but if it's anything like Elden Ring, no, it's a no for me. I mean, don't get me wrong, Elden Ring's a cool game and all, but here's why it also needs to be taken off this list. The game is not fun or aesthetically pleasing enough to justify like just randomly traveling around. Like, I'm just traveling around looking for where I'm supposed to be because there's little to no direction at any point in the game. I was constantly just confused and wandering around and just dying because I'm underprepared for anything that I encounter. And when majority of your experience playing a game is confusion and frustration and just annoyance, I would say that that's not a good game. Which is the exact same reason why Red Dead Redemption 2 also has to go. I mean, I haven't beaten the game yet, but from what I've played so far, the story is not engaging or fun enough to really justify struggling through these absolutely horrendous controls. It's clunky, everything feels backwards, it's not fun in the slightest bit. Now, The Witcher 3, I'm gonna be honest, I played it one time a long time ago and really I didn't get that far into it because the controls were horrible and I gave up. But from what I did play, there was absolutely nothing about this game that said it could contend with any of these games up here. It's easily the worst on this board and I'm honestly like surprised that anybody would choose to put this up here. Like, straight up, swap The Witcher 3 out for like Spider-Man or Spider-Man Miles Morales and you got way more of a contender. But even then, it would still lose. And last but not least, out of everything on this list, the closest thing to being a contender would be God of War. It's an epic adventure that makes you feel like a badass. The controls are almost always smooth. There are some hiccups here and there where I'm like, come on now. But overall, the controls are great. The visuals are insane. The voice actors and the story were both god tier, and honestly, the only reason it wouldn't win Game of the Year, in my opinion, is because of simple logical issues. The main objective of the game was to get to the top of a mountain, and really, if he was as powerful as people say, then he should have been able to just jump to the top in like no time. If he's really as powerful as some of y'all say, then like seriously, half the issues in this game shouldn't have been issues. Breath of the Wild, on the other hand, was an easy 10 out of 10 perfect game, which is crazy because Tears of the Kingdom's even better.